Beanfish do not require oxygenation or filtration. They are a type of tropical fish that is easy to keep. I have been keeping this one for 3 months. The ones I gave to friends are all doing well. This one has a severe case of fin rot, but it is still there. All those with beautiful big tails are male fish. Really very beautiful. Can be compared to a male who understands the festival of creatures. So betta fish can only be kept 1 per tank. When raising them, it can be like opening a blind box when they are young. If the betta fish you are raising is relatively young, it might change color. Additionally, betta fish are warm-blooded and externally fertilized. The father takes care of them. Super amazing. The benchmark of men. I didn't expect everyone to be so interested in raising beanfish. Everyone is urging me, beanfish, beanfish. Then today, I will talk to you about what beginners need to prepare for raising fish. From breeding guppies to precautions. At least prepare a 12 to 15 gallon tank for raising guppies. Don't listen to what the vendors outside say. A very small house or a block tank is fine. Of course it's fine. You can live in a toilet too, right? Don't give the beanfish too small a space, and the tank should be square, not round. If it's a round tank, the fish inside will feel uncomfortable with their eyes. It's like they are always wearing glasses to look around. As for the feed, usually when you buy fish, it comes with it. Next is the lazy night. You can prepare a bit, just don't soak too many leaves each time. Tear a little, the water will turn yellow and affect the aesthetics to some extent. But almost everyone who raises betta fish will tell you that is necessary. From my own experience, if it's just for ornamental purposes, it's okay for normal fish not to soak. If it has any bad condition or illness, you go and soak it again. Usually there's no problem if you don't soak it. Actually, betta fish are really easy to keep. Then in places that get cold in winter, you'll need a heater or heating pad. Just keep its temperature above 10 degrees to maintain a relatively lively state. It needs to be above 20 degrees. Generally, when raising fish like beanfish in a small tank, you just need to buy a small heating rod, or it could be a relatively long and large heating pad that can accommodate several tanks placed on it together. Lastly, if you have landscaping needs, you can create a landscape for them. You can buy some small stones and artificial mountains, hiding spots or plants. You can arrange these according to your own aesthetic. For a more advanced setup, you can also keep some snails inside to eat the aquatic plants. But I previously discovered that the snails I kept with the fry, it wants to eat my fish. Overall, the whole set of beanfish is relatively cheap and very simple. The breeding of beanfish is very interesting. It is the male fish that carries the eggs. Male fish will blow bubbles on the water surface as long as the temperature and environment are good. The male fish will do this. The male fish in my home really blow bubbles every few days. Female fish are the type that are relatively fat and full of eggs. Then put them together in the same tank. Generally speaking, they will fight. They will lay eggs within 2 days of being in the same tank. If they haven't laid eggs after 2 days and they are still fighting, just separate them. Don't force if it's not suitable. After giving birth, separate the mother fish. The father fish will take care of the baby fish alone. First, it will take the eggs one by one. Caught into the bubble it made. You will see that the bubble is full of small dots. So cute. In about 3 days, you will see small tails under the bubble. At that time, the little fish began to hatch, but it would take a few more days for them to swim freely. When the little fish can swim freely, then you can take the father out. At this very moment, this fish dad really hasn't eaten anything at all. Next, it's my turn. I originally went to raise fish. For the first meal of the baby fish, I still need to go hatch them. Old shrimp. Actually, making this is quite simple. It's just shrimp eggs in salt water, then you can harvest the shrimp the next day. Fresh shrimp can be used to feed small fish. Big fish can also eat. You can really see the small fish eating shrimp. After eating, their bellies show that kind of flesh color. It looks really cute. Fish fry are really quite difficult to raise. I have probably been wearing it for about a month and a half. Now it is probably only about 1 centimeter. Too small. But the whole process I find quite healing and refreshing. Currently, I'm still wearing it. Afterwards, I can still send you videos. Every morning, I feed the little fish, siphon the poop. As for me, I don't find it troublesome. Also, it's quite healing. Some points to note about raising betta fish. First of all, I have to admit that betta fish are really beautiful. Because they are so beautiful, it's easy to end up buying a lot like I did. I later gradually gave them to my friends, because each fish needs its own tank. If you keep many of them, they will take up a lot of space at home, so I eventually distributed them to different families. Let them be well cared for. If at home, 1 or 2 betta fish are enough, we want quality, not quantity. If not properly cared for, they will really fight. They will bite each other's tails. In conclusion, pay attention to the water quality. Gradually adjust and nurture it. Do not abandon or give up. Make sure to research before buying. Do not raise it casually. Once you raise it, you must be responsible. This fish is the first fish dad. It's also very strong. Even now, I still prepare a separate box for it. This time, when I was raising fish, I really found it quite ironic. Just like humans, the more beautiful the fish, the more valuable it is. Then everyone wants to pick the beautiful ones. So I have something to say to you all. No matter if you picked the wrong one or ended up raising it poorly, once you have it, you must take responsibility for it. Otherwise, it's better not to keep it. Look, I put on some makeup today. After having a meal later, I'm going to a super trendy Halloween-themed event, Blow Haifu Concubine. Those beautiful clothes are not for sale. In the end, just get a lipstick.